Hey everybody, this is Chris with 9 to Living Card Games. It's been a while since I put anything out here, and I apologize for that. Last couple weeks I've been busy with the inaugural BusterCon Arkham Horror Convention that the Mythos Busters podcast folks put together. So it was a 4-day weekend dedicated to just Arkham Horror the card game. So it was prepping and then playing and then back again, and it made me realize I need to figure out a way to get some Arkham Horror content on here because I love that game. Oh, but for here, I'm going back to try to finish the Mad Titan Shadow playthrough that I've been going. So it is time for Loki against Nebula Protection. I've been beating my head against the wall a little bit trying to come up with a protection deck for Nebula that works, and I haven't had a lot of success. This deck that I put together is the only one that I've had occasional success with, so we're just going to take it and ride with it. If I win, amazing. If I don't, I'm done with this. And we'll move on to a different one. So for the story so far, Thanos, of course, going to try to find the Infinity Stones, got them all, but then the Avengers beat him, and then Loki tricked the Avengers into getting all the Infinity Stones in the gauntlet himself, imprisoned Odin in Hell. We went and rescued him, and now we're going to try to take down Loki. So Loki, being the trickster that he is, he has 5 different versions of himself that will bounce in and out. All of them have the same hit points of 20, but they all have different scheme and attack values and different things like stalwart, retaliate, gains piercing, or can't take damage while a side scheme is in play. So let's see, which one do we start with? All right, we are going to start with Loki. 2 scheme, 1 attack, with retaliate 1 and victory 1, and then all of them have the same when defeated effect. When defeated, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a side scheme is discarded, and then reveal that side scheme. So he has retaliate. Right, we get a couple side schemes in play. First is War in Asgard. It starts with 6 threat and hinder 1 per player with the acceleration icon. And then when defeated, reveal the top card of the Infinity Stone deck and swap Loki with a random set-aside Loki villain. Then because it's the campaign, we've also got Open the Dungeons, which is a 3 threat per player side scheme with the amplify icon. And it says when defeated, each player chooses 1 captive ally from the campaign set and puts it into play under their control, and then flip this card. And that is the Warriors 3 and Lady Sif are the captured allies in the dungeon. And of course, we've got the Infinity Gauntlet, which gives whatever version of Loki there is a +1 scheme, +1 attack. And as part of his main scheme, we are also supposed to put the top card of the Infinity Stone deck into play. So let's see what stone we start with. It is Space Stone, which is going to be discard cards until you get a minion. Right, and Loki's main scheme is All Hail King Loki, and it just tells you put Loki, Infinity Gauntlet, and then Enchantress and Frost Giants are the encounter sets in there. Flip this over. It is a 12 threat per player scheme, starts with 1 threat per player, goes up 1 per player per round, and this is the only scheme there is, so if he gets up to 12, he wins. All right, from the campaign, previously we rescued Odin, so we start with him in play. Odin is a 3 thwart, 4 attack, 6 hit point ally with the Asgardian King trait. First player gains control of Odin, so he would pass along as the game went on if this was multiplayer. And then Odin cannot have encounter cards attached and does not count towards the ally limit. And if forced interrupt when he leaves play, remove him from the game, so he can't cycle him in. And both his thwart and attack have 2 consequential damage. We also have the Norn Stone, which is a 0-cost upgrade with a permanent and setup keywords. Your hero gets +1 thwart, +1 attack, and +1 defense. And it has a hero action, ready your hero, then flip this card over. When you flip it over, you get the same stat bumps, but now you get an alter ego action to exhaust the stone and heal 1 damage from your identity. We also have in our deck the Shawarma resource card, which is the 3 resource card, which has energy, mental, and physical on it. And then taking a look at Nebula real quick, she is on her alter ego side, she has 3 recovery, 6 hit points, or 6 hand size, 9 hit points with the outlaw trait, and she has a response. After you play a technique upgrade, draw 2 cards, limit once per round. On her hero side, she is a 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense guardian, and a forced response. After your turn begins, resolve the special ability on each technique upgrade you control, then discard each technique upgrade resolved this way. So very similar mechanic to the Nebula villain. She gets techniques, and then they give her special benefits, and then when the turn starts, something triggers on them, and then they go away. All right, so that's that. Let's draw up to our hand size of 6. Get a Weapon Master Technique upgrade, Cutthroat Ambition Technique, Power in All of Us, Sidestep, Helicarrier, and Gamora. Okay, well, I definitely don't need Sidestep. I'm going to keep Gamora and just draw 1. I got the Power of Protection. All right. So I'm going to spend the Power of Protection to put in my Weapon Master upgrade, which is a 1-cost technique upgrade. While in hero form, Nebula gains Retaliate 1, and then Special Attack, deal 4 damage to an enemy. All right, and because that was the first technique upgrade I play, I get to draw 2 cards, which is Nebula's Ship and Professor X. Ooh. All right, that changes things a little bit. Oh, tough choices here. All right, it's really not going to as much as I would like to. Because some of the versions of Loki has Stalwart, but this one doesn't, so I could confuse him. But I'm thinking I want to get Gamora out. And I can get Gamora out. If I get the Helicarrier. Oh, such a tough choice. No. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do Power in All of Us and Helicarrier to get Professor X into play. Professor X, 3 cost, 3 thwart, 0 attack, 3 hit point ally. When he enters play, you can either confuse the villain, stun a minion, or ready an X-Men character. Well, we are going to confuse Loki. Then as much as I want Gamora out, instead I'm going to pitch Cutthroat Ambition and Gamora to get down my ship. So Nebula's ship is a 2-cost upgrade, and you can exhaust it to generate a wild resource. So get at least 1 resource generator out early. I'm going to flip it over to hero form. I don't want to swap out Loki because some versions are Stalwart, so I want to keep this confused out. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use the Professor to thwart 3 off of this side scheme. Start getting it low. I'm going to take the Retaliate to ping to hit Loki for 3 because of my Nornstone upgrade. And I think I don't like the Retaliate, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to Retaliate, have Odin attack for 4. Taking him down to 13, and he'll take the 2 consequential plus the Retaliate. All right, I think that's it. So we're going to ready ourselves up. I'm going to get 5 cards, so I get Lethal Intent, Combat Ready, Black Widow, Preemptive Strike, and Combat Ready. All right. All right, he is going to get 2 threat on the main. He is attacking for 1, 2, 3. Oh, and Professor X is blocking this, naturally. So 3, 4, And if the villain is attacking and it's a character, damages a character, stun that character. Well, I don't really have to worry about that because that's enough to knock Professor X out. Now we trigger the Space Stone, so it's discard cards from the encounter deck until an enemy is revealed, and then put them into play. Oh, we get Loki right away. That's wonderful. Loki is a 2-scheme, 4 attack, 6 hit point elite and giant. Comes in with toughness and force response. After he attacks and damages a character, stun that character. There is literally nothing I can do about that. So I'm just going to take it all to the face. 4, and I'm stunned. And the retaliate that I've got pings off as tough. All right, so that's that. How do I want to deal with this? I am going to spend combat ready, preemptive strike, and Nebula ship to put Black Widow down. So Black Widow is a 3-cost ally, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. Interrupt. When a card is revealed from the encounter deck, exhaust Black Widow and spend a mental resource to cancel that card and discard it. Then reveal another card from the encounter deck. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just thwart for 3. And then I'm going to bounce the Nornstone to ready myself right now. I'm going to flip myself over. I'm going to attack to clear stun. And then I'm going to flip down. And then I'm going to use the Nornstone to heal myself for 1. And I just realized I forgot to trigger Weapons Master, so that actually would have cleared my stun instead of me having to attack. So I'm going to still have popped the Nornstone, though. I'm going to flip down. I will have said, before I flip down, I will have attacked to do 3 damage to Loki. Then I'm going to flip down, then I Nornstone the 1, and then I'm going to have Odin finish off Loki. I don't want him hanging out there. Now, I'm going to play Combat Ready, which is a 0-cost event. Alter Ego action, choose one. Either shuffle 2 techniques from your discard pile into your deck, or discard cards from your deck until a technique upgrade is discarded, put it into play, and resolve its special ability. So that's what I'm going to do. Karma, Energy, Defiance, Shawarma, Ironheart, Groot, Weapons Master. So Weapons Master, the 1-cost upgrade. While in hero form, I get Retaliate 1. And then special, deal 4 damage to an enemy. So I get to do 4 damage to an enemy. So that is 4 to Loki. Up there to remind me. And then I'm going to keep Lethal Intent in my hand because it's a mental resource. You know what? I'll have Black Widow thwart 2 off of this one. Right, now we're going to ready myself up. Lethal Intent, another Lethal Intent, Wide Stance, Energy Barrier, Downtime, and Cutthroat Ambition. Alright, Villain Phase. We get 2 on the main. Having trouble with my tokens here. 2 on the main, he would scheme, but he is confused. And now we go to our encounter card, which is Beguiled. When revealed, attach to the ally with the highest cost without Beguiled attachment. Attach ally engages its controller. Otherwise, this card gains Surge. Sure, that's fine. As nice as it would be, I'm not going to cancel and get another one. That's fine. So... Alright, so my turn. I'm going to use Nebula's ship to put Cutthroat Ambition down. Cutthroat Ambition is a 1-cost technique upgrade, and while in hero form, her attacks gain Piercing and Overkill, and the special is remove 3 threat from a scheme. That was my technique, so I get to draw 2 cards, which is Power in All of Us and Evasive Maneuvers. Alright, I'm going to use this Power in All of Us to play Downtime. Shift things a little bit here. I'm going to use a Nornstorm Stone to recover 1. And then I'm just going to recover to be at full. Didn't need downtime for that, but still wanted to. Alright. So now we're going to flip ourselves up. So I am going to... Maybe I didn't. Oh, well. I'm actually going to... use evasive maneuver to pay for wide stance. So while in hero form, reduce the amount of damage from each attack by 1, and then look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, discard 1 and put it in order. Then I'm going to spend Energy Barrier and Lethal Intent to play Lethal Intent. So Lethal Intent is an X cost event. Hero action, choose up to X technique upgrades you control and resolve each of their special abilities in that order of your choice. So that means I spent 2 for it, so I get to do 2 of these. I'm going to do this, deal 4 damage to an enemy. Actually, I'm going to do this one first, remove 3 threat from a scheme. So when defeated, reveal the top card of the Infinity Stone deck. It is heal 3 damage. And then swap Loki with the set aside Loki. So... Alright, let's see who we're getting. We're getting 2 scheme, 2 attack. Oh no. Loki cannot take damage while a side scheme is in play. That is literally the worst one. I should have done things in a different order. Darn it. Oh well. So that completely destroys my plan. Alright. And then I get to do 4 damage to an enemy. I can't do him because the side scheme's in play. So I guess I'll do it to Black Widow and get rid of her. Ugh. Alright. That is really disappointing draw. Alright, I was going to have... So what I was going to do was I was going to then do 4 damage to Loki, have Odin knock himself out to get him to 1 damage, and then the retaliate would have taken him down. But I'm going to keep Odin up, so hopefully you can at least get 1 swing in. Next turn I'll just try to get rid of that, and let's hopefully survive. Right, so we're going to get Starhawk, Defiance, Energy Barrier, Power Protection, and a Strength. All right. All right, so we are going to get 1 threat coming up here. He is going to attack for 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to just take it all. I am going to use Defiance. So Defiance is a 0-cost event. Hero Interrupt. When a boost card on an enemy attacking you would be turned face up, discard it instead. So I discard it, and it was a 2 boost card. So he's coming at me for 4. Wide stand let me reduce it by 1, so I only take 3. He would take Retaliate, but that is not possible because he can't take damage. And then the Soul Stone goes off, so it's heal 3 damage. Alright, and encounter card is Caught Off Guard, discard an upgrade or support you control. Well, downtime's going away. Alright, so my turn. We got to trigger all the specials. So let's do wide stance first. So it's look at the top 3 cards, discard 1, and put the others back. Trickster. Ooh, Enchantress. That's... I don't want either of these. I don't want any of them. Alright, I'm going to discard the Trickster because that one swaps a Loki and forces him to activate against you. Don't like that. This will be the boost card, and then I'm going to do Master of Illusions as the encounter card. Right, so that's this one. I get to do them in the order that I want. So I'm going to do this one, remove 3 threat from a scheme. 3 threat from a scheme. Get rid of the side scheme that's out. So when defeated, I get to choose one of these and put them into play. I'm going to take Lady Sif. So Lady Sif is a 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit point ally with the Asgardian captive traits and action. Spend a fist resource and ready her. Right, then we also have to flip this over. Flip this over into Jormungand, which is an attachment attached to Loki. Loki gets +4 hit points. And when Loki is defeated, remove this card from the game. So we started at 20. We got him down pretty good, but now he is back to, what is this, 8, 11, 16. No problem. No problem. All right, so that takes care of this one. And then Weapon Master goes off. Now that there's not a side scheme in play, I get to actually deal 4 damage to him. All right, so we are going to spend Power Protection to get an Energy Barrier out. 2-cost upgrade. Has 3 uses, and interrupt when you would take any amount of damage. Remove 1 counter from here. Prevent 1 of that damage and deal 1 damage to an enemy. And then I'm going to spend Strength to get Starhawk out, who is a 2-cost, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit point ally, and interrupt when Starhawk takes damage exactly equal to his remaining hit points. Return him to your hand. So his thwart is 1 consequential damage. His attack is 2. So we are going to have him attack for 2. Then we are going to have Lady Sif attack for 2. 1, 2. Then we're going to use Nebula Ship to generate a physical resource, which readies Lady Sif, at which point she will punch for another 2. And then Odin is finally going to knock himself out, going after his kid, take him down to 2. And then I am going to punch for the final 2. All right, so this Loki is defeated. So, when defeated, discard cards until a side scheme is revealed and put it into play. Or reveal that scheme, technically. Okay. All right, so we've got Open the Bifrost. Open the Bifrost is a 3 threat with hinder 1 per player. When defeated, reveal the top card of the Infinity Stone deck. Swap Loki with a random set-aside Loki. All right, so this goes in the victory display, so we're halfway there. But we have to go get another one. And we are going to get 2 scheme, 1 attack, Loki with Retaliate 1. And again, he comes in with the 20 hit points, and because we defeated Loki, your Mungand goes away. All right. So that's about all I can do here. I was thinking about flipping down, but not with that. So we're going to stay up a turn, see how this goes down. So drop the 5, Lethal Intent, Unyielding Persistence, Honorary Guardian, Nick Fury, and Wide Stance. All right, villain phase. So he only goes up 1. He comes to attack. Lady Sif is going to jump in the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Lady Sif is defeated. And because there isn't a stone to activate, we pull one. It's a time stone. So it is going to be discard top 4 cards of your deck and place 1 threat on the main scheme for each different card type discarded. And now, thanks to Open the Bifrost, we've got 2 encounter cards. First one is an advance. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that takes us to 9. And this could just have defeated us, because now we have to discard the top 4 cards of our deck. Oh, Lady Sif is here. So we have 4 cards in, and we have to place 1 threat on the main for each different card type. So we've got an upgrade, we've got a support, we've got an event, we've got a resource, and an event. That's 3. That is that. Well, we had a good run. This was Devious Sorcery. You were stunned. That would have been fine. If it wasn't for that advance, as is often the case, although that actually also gives me another card, which would have been an assault. As is often the case, advance is what takes me out. All right. Well, I lost this. I am done with Loki. I've been trying for a couple weeks to come up with a good strategy to come through him, but I just couldn't take him out. So I'm afraid he has beaten me. I give up. Hope you enjoyed this run. It took me a while to get through this. I was really hoping to cap this one with a victory. Didn't happen. But that's one of the fun things about the game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So before too long, I'm going to start my next campaign up, which should be the Sinister Motives. So it'll be the Spider folks coming through that one. So I'll get those on. Also might throw some on here for the Solo Champions League that I'm a part of. And then also there's some challenges back from the Con of Heroes that I might want to try out. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully I didn't make too many play mistakes. If you liked it, hit the like button, leave a comment. If you want to see more of these, please subscribe. Otherwise, we'll call this one a wrap on the Mad Titan Shadow. Loki wins. Loki controls the universe now. All hail Loki. Good night, everybody.